Yeah, just the audio.
Really?
Something wrong with the audio.
Very well.
Just reconnect the audio. Hold on. Sure.
your home and Cultural Limited.
Before we commence the service, here are some house rules for your information.
All cell phones should be either switched off or placed on vibrate or mute.
Eating and drinking are prohibited in the chapel.
Smoking is not allowed in the building, and the washrooms are located to your left.
If you must leave the chapel, please use the side exit to the back. If you belong to an emergency, please exit the chapel in the port using the doors on your left. Make your way to the front entrance of the building and guard the master door located on another end of the car.
Something of the presence of Jim Guy's compound is prohibited to keep the compound clear and accessible to all. Kindly ask that stands, tables, and chairs do not be placed in the car park or in front of the building. Please be kind and holy, and thank you for your cooperation and understanding.
Okay, beloved sisters and brothers of Footsteps of Philadelphia this evening, we would like to commence the ceremony. We'd like to welcome all those persons who are viewing us via our live stream and others whose footsteps, would have come from all over the country to be part with families, tribute, reflection, and PhD Samskar for beloved brother Kelvin. Almost always when you face death, it jolts us. In fact, today I had 3 funerals, and sometimes, in the midst of all that happens, you look at the situation in Nepal. Nepal contributes the lowest amount to global warming, yet in the scale of equity when Mother Nature strikes, there's no balance there. So it's something for you and I to understand that this wheel, it's a sure wheel that spins and it is controlled by the master. So today we are here to perform the rites rituals. I know we are not, the family would like to start. He did not lose his family members, he did not lose his friends, members who rallied around him, supported him. His wife remained very, very much faithful in service to him. The front seat is really, really tight, so maybe someone can take that chair that has that tricky door. So having said all of that, we would like to begin the ceremony with a few words of prayer, after which we have the eulogy, we have other things happening that we'd like all to join. So can we all stand? We'll ask the son and the brother and all the immediate family members to stand around. Where's the son? Alex. So we're going to talk about son. This is son and daughter is it. We pray together. Lord, we stand together as one family and we recognize that death is inevitable. Death is to life, what punctuation is to writing. It gives meaning. Yet today, as we reflect on Kelvin's life, his commitment to work, his dedication to family, like all of us, he would have had his ups and downs, but today we pray, and with all our love and gratitude, we know our prayers will be a platform, a springboard to assist the family during this time and to allow passage of the soul to the arms of the Maker. As we think of the Lord Krishna, tomorrow is Janmashtami, a very sacred and holy day in the Hindu world. And today, as we think of that divine Creator, His hands are strong, safe, and sure. And whatever religious tradition we follow, whether we are Christians, Muslims, Hindus, whatever tradition we follow, we know and we feel secure that God's hands are always there to lift us and protect us and to guide us. Om Karcharanakatam Vakayajam Karmajam Va Shravanajayanam Manasam Va Paradham Vihitam Vihitam Va Sarve Kakshamasva Jai Jai Karunabde Shri Mahadeva Shambhu Om Bhagavad Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam. So I would like to call upon the sister that will eulogy at this point. She'll come out and do the eulogy, and then afterwards we move into the other aspects of the ceremony. Check in.
Celebration of the life of Kelvin Rampersad. Good afternoon to our family, friends, members of the lodge, five boys foundation, colleagues, neighbors, everyone who has gathered here today. Because my beloved brother touched me from me. Thank you for being here as we remember and celebrate the life of Kelvin Rampersad. Kelvin was born on August 25, 1966, to the mother of Dolly Bhagirat and Wilbur Rampersad. He was the youngest of 7 siblings and grew up surrounded by a large family with lots of love and care. From an early age, Kelvin was hard-working, independent, determined, sociable, and very generous. And as everyone who knew him would agree, Kelvin had a personality all of his own. Kelvin attended Grant Memorial Presbyterian School before being transferred to another school in St. Margaret, where he then went to St. Margaret Secondary, where he continued his secondary education. After leaving school, Kelvin began working at Superfood. He started and did whatever that was needed to be done and was a master at it. He was never afraid of hard work. He was always willing to learn. Over time, he moved into selling parts, and it was there his interest in air conditioning began to grow. Kelvin, he later worked at several other places, gaining knowledge and experience along the way. He eventually furthered his studies in air conditioning and became quite qualified in that field. As Kelvin was building his career and finding his way in life, another important chapter was also unfolding. His love story to Christine. Kelvin met Christine in a way that tells you a little something about the man he was. He was going to get a bus pass where Christine was. Kelvin lived within walking distance from the school, but yet still he purchased that bus pass to ride that pass, only to look at the love of his life. Seeing Christine was his pride. Kelvin wrote Christine several love letters and was determined to win her heart. And clearly that he did. His persistence paid off. In 1997, Kelvin and Christine were married. Together, they began building a life, a family, and eventually a business. Kelvin was what we would term a sweet man. He had lots of honey. Many bees and beetles would fluctuate to his nest. They would spend a time, they would flap their wings. But King Bee, Kelvin, always returned to Queen Bee, Christine, the love of his life. In 1999, due to his ambition, his hard work, what was instilled to him by his father, Bertrand Rampersad. Work hard, whatever you want, work for it. He opened Freeze Inn. For Kelvin, becoming a business owner was the result of years of learning hard work, determination, and having the courage and high self-esteem and confidence to take a chance on himself. Kelvin also had something that couldn't necessarily be taught in a classroom. He had street sense. He understood people. He knew how to negotiate, how to make connections, and how to get things done in the right way. And he did not keep that knowledge to himself. As Alex grew older, Kelvin shared a lot of what he knew with his son Alex, teaching him about business, about dealings, about people, about navigating life, and Alex's fondest memories of his dad is working with him on a daily basis. Despite all the buffs, despite all the corrections, despite all the costs, he learned from his dad. Family, however, was always an important part of Kelvin's work. 2 years after Kelvin and Christine got married, they welcomed their daughter, Ariane. Approximately 5 years after, their son Alex came, which completed their family. Kelvin worked hard, but his children knew how their father loved him. Ariana was always her daddy's girl, and Alex, his sweet little boy. One memory that captures their relationship goes back to Kelvin's famous brown two-door van, the first Mercedes-Benz he ever owned. One day, while taking Ariana to preschool, she decided she simply didn't want to go to school. Kelvin looked at Chris and said, "Let's leave her home, please." And that it was. He turned the van around and took his little girl home. That was her daddy. Kelvin loved bringing Ariana and Alex toys while shopping. He took them shopping, and while Ariana was busy choosing her dress, Adele had already chosen the one for her, and he would always win. As much as Kelvin enjoyed giving his children, he wanted them to understand the importance of humility, of education, and working hard and honest for what you want in life. And that is one part of Ariana and Kelvin's story that carries the meaning all on its own. As Ariana said, Kelvin was there for her first breath, and she was there for his last breath. This is a bond that will always remain. Kelvin also took pride in his appearance. He loved dressing, he loved perfumes, he liked to look like a sharp boy. That sense of style and good taste came from his father, Rampersad, who, like his father, Kelvin appreciated presenting himself well, and anyone who knew Kelvin knew he had his own distinctive style. He also loved good food. Some of his favorite food were Christine's fish broth and pilau, and his brother-in-law well-known curry goat and cabbage. Just 2 weeks ago, when he was at Anno's home, what do you want to eat, Kelvin? Brother, curry goat and cabbage. And of course, he loved a good line. When everyone got together, it wasn't unusual for the scratcher, the guitar, and the drum that would eventually come out. Kelvin had his own rhythm section at home. He also played pan with pan elders, and many wonderful times were spent surrounded by music, food, family, and friends. And Ariana, being on his shoulder in the midst of all of this, and Alex, a little boy, probably confused, what is this noise all about? But there was something else about Kelvin. Kelvin knew affection. He hugged, he kissed. He certainly didn't limit his affection to Christine and the boys. His brothers and his sisters got plenty of hugs and kisses too. In fact, his sibling affectionately called him Kissinger and Kiskily, and his brother said he has one fault: he's too huggish. Those names suited him, but Kelvin was never afraid to show his family that he loved him. He didn't just expect you to know, he showed it to you. Kelvin's circle extended well beyond his extended family. He was a proud member of the Composite Lodge in Marabella, an organization that became an important part of his life. He was also a member of the Spice Boys Foundation, participated in charity work throughout Trinidad, where he was dearly loved by all the Spice Boys, and we say thank you to you all. Kelvin enjoyed people. He valued friendships and relationships which he made along the way. Today we especially acknowledge Christine, her sisters, Kelvin's sisters-in-laws. All of you, each one of you, you stood by your sister as a pillar of strength. Sherry and Anne, you stayed there, you left your homes, you came by. Your sisters in the States, their children, they came here, they always stood by your side. And we say thank you. Margaret, my big sister, Anne-Marie, Patricia, Arnold, and Krishna. My sister Merlin would leave her home, cook food, go down there, feed him, take care of him. Margaret will get her husband, my sister Patricia. She lives in the States and she will call just like Christine's sisters. How's Kelvin? How's he going? We say thank you. The relationship between brothers and sisters is something special. It holds childhood memories, laughter, disagreements, family stories, private jokes, good times, difficult times, and experiences that only siblings can truly understand. No one can truly understand the bond, the love, the togetherness we all share, Kelvin and his siblings. Thank you. Thank you for loving your brother and for standing next to me so well. He would be doing this, but he can't. Next to me so well. He would be doing this, but he can't. And Lord, thank you. We thank you for being such a beautiful brother and a sister-in-law and an uncle to Christy, Ariane, and Alex. To your sisters, Christine, to your sisters again, we say thank you. To Christine, you stood by him, Ariane and Alex, thank you. To all the friends, the neighbors, Kelvin had a neighbor, we could park by her any day, any time, and any hour. Christine would bring fish to Steve and Rishi and many others we cannot say today. We say thank you. And during his illness, many people stepped forward to show care for him and family. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Prasad, who will take his time, go to Kelvin any hour, night or day at his home, and attend to him. The people at the Stroke Center, Kavita, his therapist, and all the others. So all the effort, the encouragement, the mentoring you all did to help Kelvin get back. We don't take it for granted. We say thank you and thank you. To every person who called, visited, prayed, and checked in and sat behind him, we say thank you. Your kindness will always be remembered. And now, as we say goodbye to Kelvin, we do so with heavy hearts, with sadness. But more so, we are more overwhelmed. And thank God, with all gratitude in our hearts, that we were blessed to have him, that he was a member of our family. Kelvin, you will be deeply loved, and you will be deeply missed. May your soul find eternal peace. Until we meet again, we thank you, my brother, all that you did and said for all of us. And we thank each and every person here for taking time to come, because we know that Kelvin touched each person in a special way. We appreciate you. We appreciate all that you have ever done for us. May God bless you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello all. I'm Kelvin's niece, Anissa. I would like to call Spice Boys to do a tribute.
We have the Vice President from the surgeons here. We'll ask him to start with a word of prayer, and then Mr. Rampersad. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much for the apology. Sijaram Namaste. Assalamu alaikum. And pleasant good afternoon to everyone. Today I'm pleased to be able to find the time to join with you for this family in the time of bereavement. I myself, I would have joined this family when I was 19 years old, and now I am 82. So you all run the calculation, I will. So today we pray for the soul to find that peace. Now one of the favorite mantras that we as Hindus use, it says, Om Anadhi Vino Vigano Deva Shankachakagada Akshaya Pundarikaksha Preta Moksha Padobhava Preta Moksha Padobhava Preta Moksha Padobhava. So as I sing Kelvin on his way, I will sing a song for him, a short song, that you should find peace on the other side. From this valley they say you are going, you will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile. For they say you will leave in the sunshine, and taking the pathways of life. It's a long time, you know, we have been waiting for the words that you never did say. Now, alas, sorrow upon hopes are vanished, for they say you are going away. Now the time has come when you must leave us. You must go where the Lord has called you. Do not ever forget us, your loved one. To you, we have always been true. From this valley, they say you are going. We will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile. For they say you are leaving the sunshine and taking the pathways of life. In time we will meet again, where no sorrow and no pain. May you now have a peaceful journey as you go to that place of peace. From this valley they say you are going. We will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile. For they say you will live in the sunshine and taking the pathways of life. Go ahead and play. Astatuma Sakata Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityodama Amritangamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sergio, for your after melodious voice, should I say, a beautiful song, and Vice President of the IRO. I have also with us today my colleague and brother Rishi, the family, involved with the philanthropic kind of work, and of course, much of what we do in life, you know, there was a great writer, Arthur Hugh Clough, who said, I'm not from eastern windows only when daylight comes in the light. In front, the sunrise slow, how slowly, but westward look, the land is bright. What it means is that while you associate light with the east and the sun rises in the east, Arthur Hugh Clough wants us to know that the west is also a source of light. So good things and positive energy does not only come from one direction or one cardinal point or one set of people. It comes from all directions. And that is why when you have such occasions, it's good to recognize that Kelvin's life may not be confined only to the temple or to religious life in that in those parameters. But more than that, it is important to know that he did a lot of altruistic work. And that is very significant in our world today. Look what's happening in Nepal. You see how many persons from how many areas would have come forward to assist and help. I see some of Fad's followers are here, his children. I hope that they continue along his path. He was also a neighbor and confidant and friend of Vishnu. And he would have been one of those pioneers doing a lot of altruistic work. And you also, I think. Yeah. So remember all these great souls, and I call upon my brother Rishi, who will take us through this aspect of the program. After which we'll have the rituals. After the rituals, we have our sister here who will take us through the other tributes and so forth, which will take us to the end, and then we have closing prayer. Rishi.
Thank you, Pandit. Sit around, each and every one of you. Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Rishi Maharaj, past president of Spice Boys Foundation, current member. I bring me sentiments from our organization. The memory of a dear friend, a fellow humanitarian. Today we pause to remember and honor a dear friend and fellow member of our humanitarian family who passed away. He was a valued member of the Spice Boys Foundation. We mourn the loss of Kelvin Rampersad, who not only touched our lives through friendship, kindness, and fellowship, but who dedicated his time and energy in helping others. Through his service to our organization, he demonstrated the true meaning of compassion, generosity, and humanity. His contribution may have been expressed in many ways, through a helping hand, a kind word, or simply being there when someone was in need. These are the things that make a lasting difference, and his legacy will live on through the lives he touched. While we feel an immense sadness in his absence, let us also celebrate the life he lived and the good he brought to our community and to our lives. May his blessed soul rest in eternal peace, and may his family, friends, and my fellow Spice Boys Foundation members find comfort in the wonderful memories we share. A dear friend has left us, but his spirit of service and compassion will remain with us always and forever. On behalf of the President, Mr. Navin Singh, and fellow members of the Spice Boys Foundation, I extend sincerest condolences to Christine, Ariane, Alex, and his extended family and his friends. Thank you.
So we have the rituals now. We'll ask Alex to come forward, and we'll ask the brother to assist. Christine also. You'll move the bottom half of the coffin. So while we're just awaiting one of the attendants, we'll just we'd like to also thank Lisa Guide and all of the persons here, our sister who is also connected to the family, for their continued support and all of their love extended not only to this family but so many families. So today, as we begin the rituals, we'll ask to guide you and so we offer you water first of all, and you will join. Can we all stand? We'll ask all the young people to stand. And you see what we're standing first. That's all right. Some people being around to see the any old people, that's all right. You're checking out to see the unfortunate people. Alright, so that's good. Om Anadhinitano Deva Shankha Chakra Gadadhara Akshaya Pundari Kaksha Preta Moksha Prado Bhava Om Mritak Sarire Mayodhyate Snanam Tavo Patishtam Om नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्रयंबकाय त्रिपुरांतकाय त्रिका अग्निकालाय कालग्निरुद्राय नीलकंठाय मृत्युंजयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय ओम Please by his hands and so take it down. That will also be said. Om Namaste Astu Bhagavan Vishveshwaraya Mahadevaaya Trayambakaya Jaksalile Mayodyate Tau Chandanam Tau Pratishtatam Om Ishavasyaminam Sarvam Yatyam Cha Jagatyam Jagat Yena Chakrena Munjitva Makritaha Kasasmi Dharam तुझे सूरज कहो या चंदा तुझे दीप कहो या तारा मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन जग में मेरा राज दुलारा तुझे सूरज कहो या चंदा तुझे दीप कहो या तारा Then the malas. When you listen to the malas, somebody can help with the malas. The song says, the father is saying to the child that you are like the sun, S-U-N, moon, the star. The sun is visible in the day, not the moon. And on dark nights, you see the stars. So children bring light, they bring luster, they bring energy. Their presence in the lives of children, of their parents, brings so much warmth. The NPR becomes full. You know, with the winsome smiles and the toy trucks and what have you, children bring tremendous happiness into the lives of the parents. So the song says, Aaj ungli tham ke tere, ungli means a finger. Today I put my finger because the baby's hand is very small to hold the father's hand is hard. He only holds the finger of the father. So the parent says, today I put my finger, I teach you how to walk. So, Aaj ungli tham ke tere, tujh mein chalna sikhlao. Sikhlao means to teach. कल हाथ पकड़ना मेरा जब मैं बूढ़ा हो जाऊं. Tomorrow, when I am old, or I am sick, or I am disabled, or I am aged, you will become my walking stick. You will extend your hand and help me. And even though I may not be here in the physical, I may leave this world, I will live on in the lives of my children. Zinda Mera Naam Rahega. Such a very powerful poem, beautiful song that says to us that we live through our children, through those we love. And we now have the perambulation. They show him what to do. Walk this way, clockwise, and you always touch hands, touch shoulders. You touch your brother's shoulder like that, and all of you walk around. You don't walk completely around. तुझे सूरज कहो या चंदा, तुझे दीप कहो या तारा, मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन, जग में मेरा राज दुलारा. That is Sister Piggy now. आज उंगली थाम के तेरे, तुझ में चलना सिखलाऊं. कल हाथ पकड़ना मेरा जब मैं बूढ़ा हो जाऊं. तू मिले तो मिलने पाया जीने का नया सहारा. मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन, जग में मेरा राज दुलारा। मेरे भाग भी इस दुनिया में, दुनिया में इस वर्ल्ड, I may no longer be here, we all have to make our exit. जिंदा मेरा नाम रहेगा, but I will live again, I will go on anew. जो भी तुझको देखेगा, those who see you, मेरा नाम जो भी तुझको देखेगा, मेरा ही है नाम कहेगा। तू मिले तो मिलने पाया, this is his brother, जीने का नया सहारा। 3 times. मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन, जग में मेरा राज दुलारा। A brother will have memories, childhood memories. You know, before Kelvin would have got married and have his own family, you know, people grew up having all sorts of wonderful memories. And today we have lost one brother last year, and now another brother. This is one brother alive, the other sister with the eulogy. We have other siblings, family members. All right. Do one more and then we come back. श्री कृष्ण चंद्र महाराज प्रभु, विनती इतनी सुनिए सुनिए। Okay, let's touch Christine, put your mouths, close your mouths. Can you be seated, everyone? Let me just immediate. There will be a time for public viewing and those who wish to place other flowers and so. श्री कृष्ण चंद्र महाराज प्रभु, विनती इतनी सुनिए सुनिए। जिनके कुछ और अवलंब नहीं, तिनके चरणन रखिए रखिए। अच्छा, okay, you all can sit. Just for 1 minute and then okay, sit right there. Alex, you come back. Let's sit right there. Right. All right, so before we move on in the ceremony, this aspect is where we have a brief message that I would like to share with all of us. I should note as well that Christine and her family, her father and my father, they were brothers. When I say brothers, they were so close. You know, we have had many childhood memories because they lived in the same geographic area like us. So I have very fond memories of the family. So we know them very, very well. And likewise, Kelvin would have been an extension of God's hands in many ways. When we did the air conditioning in the temple, other things, he was very quick, very, he was very able in what he did. Jivan, who is now deceased, from Singapore, and many of the other colleagues would always speak of Kelvin and his ability to adjust, as we said earlier, that he was able to get along with people and have a nice mesh, to use that word. So I want to share a very important thought with you. Just 2 days ago, I was at a function and I asked the mother. She has 3 sons. I said, where is the youngest? She says, oh, you did not know. I said, no, I was abroad. Something happened. She says, he died. I said, it was 16 years. She says he was diagnosed with cancer and in 3 weeks he was gone. The fragility of life And the reminder of how beautifully short life is should make all of us conscious of how we live in this world. When I entered here today, I was talking to that gentleman who was doing the live stream, and I told him we should not live. The clothes were torn, her hair was bleeding, her hair was disheveled, and she seemed to be, her hair was disheveled, and she seemed to be in a panic mode. So the wife told the husband, can you pull aside and see, something is wrong. So this guy, being a medical doctor, he put his car on the shoulder, and he came up to the lady and he asked her what happened. She says, I was driving my car and my car ran off the hill, ran off the road, went down the hill, and it is overturned. But my son is in the car. My son is strapped to the car seat, but he's alive. And I want someone to help save my son. And he gives the child to his wife. So the wife asked him, where is the baby? So the guy says, well, I left her here with you. She says, no, she was never here with me. Because when you decided to go down the hill, she said she cannot stay, she has to follow you. She has to go with you, she must go with you. So she followed you. The man said, listen, there was nobody down there. I was there alone. I broke the glass, I got the child out, the lady was not there. The wife is insisting, holding on to the baby, she's telling her husband, listen, there's nobody here. So the man, the doctor, ran down the hill to where the car was. It was as it was, wheels in the air, car seat in the back, and there, in the driver's seat, was the wife. And whatever injuries she had, according to the autopsy, she could not be alive. So the only explanation given by Dr. Brian Rees is that the lady died in the accident, but she could not die until she saved the life of her son. So there's a song that says, parents die, mana mare bachpan ka kisi mana mare. Parents could die, but their love never dies. Sometimes people say, my mother was here last night, I saw her. And the children say, ma, you must take your medicine, see some almonds, take a senator, the mama did 40 years, and Vishnu, I'll show you this father sometime. The children think, man, so you go see the man, he gets so long. But that is the true thing. There is a dimension, an astral presence. So they call it the Sukshma Sharir, a presence that lives on when people die. So this is only the gross body, and we don't cry and worry about this too much, right? I was just telling the girl here in the funeral home that in India, the Muslims, Hindus, and some Christians do not condone eulogies. They do not believe in praising the dead after the person has died. They believe that those things should be said during life. The Jehovah Witness is also very strict against that. Today, lots of people like it. It's very things you never hear suddenly come to life. But the waking nights, the sleepless nights, the moments of sacrifice, I was not there. I know Christine, Alex, and the family were there, and you have those songs of regret. But those who live in us will never die, and those who remain with us will always be a part of us. So may Bhagwan bless his soul. I hope the story reminds you that there is a dimension around you, a canopy that lives on, and don't forget that. So blessings again. We will now pass on to my sister, who is the Master of Ceremony, Jancy. She will take us through. We have some good recitals, pan and whatever she will announce. And during this time, we will utilize the time sensibly. Persons can come as well and place a flower, etc., etc. But not during this part. Let the guy give respect to his musical tribute, and then we'll have those who come forward. So after here, we'll be proceeding to the burial ground for the final rites. Christine asked me to say as well, thank you for the phone calls, the flowers, and all of the support. Without you all, it would have been a tough road. So Bhagwan's blessings. Sitaram.
Hello all. Okay, so at this time, we would like to pay tribute with some pan. This would be Kelvin's favorite Indian song. So as we listen, let's remember all the good times that we had.
Yes.
All right.
Sorry, I apologize, guys. Just want to say big condolences to Sharon and the entire family. For those of you who don't know, Sharon plays a very important role for a lot of entertainers here in Trinidad. And you know, we always get great calls from Sharon. Quite unfortunate he has to call me for something like this. But usually when Sharon calls, you know, it's like for a wedding or a party or something. But I mean, condolences to you and the entire family, Sharon, and you know, rest in peace, Uncle Kelvin. So everybody, thank you.
Okay, now we'd like to call the brothers of the lodge up.
A tribute to our brother Kelvin Rampersad. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kishore Dugrand. I'm the president of Composite Lodge No. 1 in Rampersad. With me, I have our grandmaster and deputy master with me this evening. To Brother Kelvin's family, friends, and well-wishers, on behalf of the brethren of Composite Lodge No. 1, we offer our sincere condolences and deepest sympathies during this time of loss. Today we gather to remember Brother Kelvin Rampersad, a man who began his brotherly journey in 1997 and remained a member of our fraternity for many years. While Kelvin may not have been a frequent presence at our meetings and activities, the bond of brotherhood established when he joined the lodge never diminished. Once accepted as a brother, that connection remains a lifelong one. We have learned that brotherhood is not measured by attendance, titles, or positions held. Rather, it is built upon respect, shared values, and a commitment to treating one another with kindness. Kelvin was one of us. And today we stand beside his family to honor his memory with the respect due to a brother. There are many paths through life, and each person's journey is unique. What matters most is the mark we leave on those around us. Kelvin's life was one of value, significance to his family and friends. And it is those relationships that form the true measure of a man. The love he shared, the memories he created, and the lives he touched will remain long after today. We reflect on his passing. As we reflect on his passing, let us all reflect on the importance of the connections we make throughout our lives. Though death separates us physically, it cannot take away the memories we cherish or the bonds we have formed. Those remain with us always. To Kelvin's family, please know that you are in our thoughts and prayers. We share in your sorrow and hope that you find comfort in the love that surrounds you during this time of loss. Brother Kelvin, we thank you for the years among us. May you rest in peace and may God's blessings be upon your family. Farewell, Brother Kelvin. Though absent from our sight, you will always remain in our remembrance. May you rest in peace, and may the great architect of the universe watch over you until we meet again. Thank you. Get up.
Okay. Due to time restraints, I'm going to open the floor up to two individuals that would like to say something. Any volunteers? And I need one more person. Okay, you two? All right. You have 2 minutes. That'll be 1 minute each.
Good afternoon, Fernando, relatives, friends, and well-wishers. Our task here today is by no means an easy one. As we stand before you to say goodbye to a truly remarkable man, Uncle Kelvin. It is our honor to share a few words today on behalf of Christine's sisters, brothers-in-law, nieces, and nephews, as we pay tribute to the remarkable Kelvin Rampersad, who meant so our brother-in-law, Kelvin Rampersad, also affectionately known as Kelvin, and as he would have put it, brother-in-law by law. Although he came into our lives as a brother-in-law, he quickly became so much more. He became family in every sense of the word, someone whose presence, laughter, and perseverance made our family's life a richer one. Kelvin's kindness was evident in the way he treated others. He possessed a generous heart, a caring spirit, and a willingness to stand in the gap for us when it mattered most, and gave of himself so freely. He touched our lives whether through his words of encouragement and his sense of humor, or simply his quiet presence. Although our hearts are heavy with grief, we are grateful for the memories we shared with him. We will remember entire nights filled with laughter and music at our homes, wherever we were at, the celebrations, family gatherings, and sadly, even the not so joyous times when this family as a team was confronted with some of life's harshest realities.
Now playing family tournaments of all fours, the game boy, girl, animal, place, and thing, strumming his guitar on the tabletop. And dancing at the edge of the pool will never be the same place.
We will remember all those times and more because those memories are ingots that not even that can take. To our dear brother-in-law, losing you leaves an emptiness in our hearts. But it also reminds us of how blessed we are to have known you in this lifetime. Thank you for the memories you leave behind. You have done well for yourself. A job well done, Kelvin. You will be greatly missed, fondly remembered, and forever loved by us and our children, whom you kept in a special place in your heart. God in his infinite wisdom took you. May your soul rest in peace. No more are you in pain. Be with the angels and know that you are loved beyond measures. Your life made a difference, and that your memory will remain in our hearts forever.
Until we meet again, farewell.
Afternoon, everyone. Today I'll be speaking on behalf of the Bagheera family. Our dear Kelvin, I don't think there are enough words to express how difficult it is to stand here today and say goodbye to you. You were never just a relative to us, you were our brother. We grew up together at Parenthood, where we were more like brother and sisters than anything else. We shared so many memories, so many laughs, and so much life together. Those little memories mean so much to us now. And then there was Jude, who gave me the nickname Tasha. That name became one of those funny little pieces that our family history that we will always remember. But one of our favorite memories is our karaoke nights at your house. Kelvin, we were so happy that we were all together. We were singing, dancing, laughing, and having the best time. And let's be honest, we couldn't sing. Those poor neighbors had to put up with us, but thankfully nobody complained. Maybe they were too polite to tell us how bad we really were. But that night wasn't about singing. It was about family. It was about being together and seeing you happy. Today, we give anything to have one more night like that with you. To sing one more song, dance one more dance, and laugh together one more time. Kelvin, we will miss your laughter, your presence, and all the little things that made you who you were. But we don't want to remember you only with sadness. We want to remember you with a smile. Those memories are gifts, and we will carry them with us forever. Kelvin, you are our brother, and you will always be. We hope you are at peace now. And when you see Tanti Lolly, give her a big hug from all of us. And if you find a karaoke machine up there, please save us a spot, but don't start singing without us. Rest peacefully, our dear brother. We love you and miss you. We will never forget you. Until we meet again, Kelvin.
Okay, thank you. At this time, we're going to call Kelvin's brother, my uncle, Arnold Rampersad, also best friend and riding horse. Come on up.
Sitaram, good afternoon, folks. The job of the MC, first of all, was refused by about 4 folks, 4 people we had asked. Simply because they were too close to the individual. A lot of them said, listen, I'm willing, but I'm weak worker, including me. So let me first thank Anissa for filling in his niece. When my sister Sharon was doing the eulogy, she asked me if I wanted to put an input in it. No disrespect to the folks here, I told her no way in hell. The reason being, I can't see what was going on in me and Kello with the adventures we had. Kello God here wouldn't get in trouble. I will get in trouble. Tell him about it. We had some times cutlass, boy. We don't go down the road, but let me stay in my lane. I tell my sisters and like, yeah, I cannot, so I had no input into that part of it. My sister also spoke about the deals he made. He was a businessman. Most of his deals were made in some famous establishments. Archie's, Step Up, gentlemen, all help out, the fellas, call me. I hear all them. Spices. Kelvin would always say, let me take a onesie. Now, when I fella tell you a onesie, prepare yourself. Firstly, you know where I'm coming from, brother. Rishi, Prim, a onesie. But besides being a onesie, a lot of his deals were made at these establishments, not in the office. I'm telling all you, not over the phone. We made a lot of his deals there, and it made him the success he was because he was a people person. Before I go on to the official thank you, let me also thank Shanti made mention for everybody in the urology, and I must commend her for, she, as I always say, she is the smallest and the youngest, but she is the strongest, she has a strong point, so I commend you. And at the same time, she didn't mention her role and function for Kelvin during this time. Kelvin got his stroke on the 26th of September last year. He died on the 26th of August, 11 months after the date. And my little sister here was I'm a loss at words, because, as I said, but she was there first, foremost, any our hospital, therapy center, Dr. Chris, you know what I'm talking about, alright? So, I don't want to itemize, but I say thank you. Kelvin Rampersad. Kello, a husband, father, a brother, an uncle, a friend, a neighbor, a boss, a mentor, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, Rishi and Vidya and I don't know all the Spice Boys and girls, because I only had girls with you all. So I would like to say thank you to his sister-in-laws, to my brothers, my brother, deceased, well, brothers now deceased. I told my sisters, let me always look at the glass, as my wife would say, half full and not half empty. To my sisters, always tell my brother, I don't have one, but we love thee. The bell rules for the fish. Guys, oh, they are reading what they put here, right? Don't vex him. But I was only testing you as a teacher. Were you paying attention? The guides. Yeah. Let's typo it. Or should I say right too? That looked a right bit, Yeah. The guides for living up to their name. Not only with this, but guiding us through this. For being, sympathetic, empathetic, patient with us. Because, you can't please everybody, and I'm sure we would have missed some tools along the way. For that, I make no apology. In times like these, small thing. Yeah. To the center he went to, therapy center, I say thank you also. I know we have a representative here. It was a road that we thought he would have come back from, but God knows best, okay? The siblings, Panditji, Atma Maharaj, I say thank you. Danyavad. So, all thanks to you, sir. The Panman, and everybody else who would have helped in the week. I know each one of us here, Kelvin, will have touched our lives in some way or the other, by extension or directly. So I want to say thank you all for being here, and for those who couldn't be here, and for those online. If during my thank you here I have left out anybody, please be aware it was not intentional. But as I said, somebody would probably step on some toes along the way. But if I left out anybody, thank you, I would say it's not intentional on my part and our part. Alright? Christine, Alex, Ariana, we love you. We're here for you, but we know that will be a lot of adjusting on your part, and she will need, and they will need a lot of support. So again, you're all blessed, Just one courtesy announcement, please, if you permit me, a few seconds again. From here, we proceed to the house. We pass in where Alex from the house. All right. That's it, right? Oh, Guild Street, Kokie, Current, and then the final rites where we put him in the grave where his mother was 27 years old. I say once again thank you and God bless.
Okay, at this time, we would like to open the floor up for viewing. So you guys can form a line. And come and say your last goodbyes.
In order to have a one-way traffic, you could come around this way and we go this way. So just to make around stuff, final view and or find flowers or just whatever. So yeah, hold on. So I could use it for guidance sometimes. Okay, just listen for instructions here from the young lady. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. So if the persons from Chapel 1 can remain seated and allow the folks from Chapel 2 to view. And once that's finished, we can start from the back with the viewing, middle row, and family last. Thank you so much.
Okay, some people are